Hey y'all, I'm JamesWright and welcome to Wizards News. It is time for another community day, and this is probably going to be the best community day we have ever had. I've got the details. Let's dive in. Oh yes, the last time we did a challenge-based community day, I think it was the top of my list, and this one is going to be a lot of fun. So I want to actually go through some of the details that have been released, and I'm going to be going through everything that is official and some of the hearsay and some other things to keep your eyes open for. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to come over here to the hub, and this is official information that has been vetted by Phases and others. This comes from WB, so this is gospel, or as close as we can get. This isn't meaning that something might not change, but this is going to be what's going to happen pretty much. Number one, it is taking place on Sunday the 17th, so this coming Sunday from 11 to 2 p.m. local time. So in your time zone, 11 to 2 p.m., unless you're down south, which you might want to check on that in South America. Apparently the time switch there caused some issues last time, so just be aware of that, and you might need to check and make sure that that's that. But for most everyone else, it's going to be 11 a.m. your time until 2 p.m. later. So that means if you live on a time zone line, it might be worth it to cross that and get an extra 30 minutes or so of play. The big thing about this that is really cool is there will be community day tasks. So there will be a specific list of assignments. Wow. Okay, this is phenomenal. We'll be getting to those here in a little bit. There will be an increase of healing potion ingredients on the map. Generally, don't worry about that too much because you're going to be spending most of your time grinding in the fortress. So try and get your potion ingredients ahead of time rather than waiting on them being on the map, because no one wants to break away to go and collect potion ingredients. They are bringing back the spell energy on the map, so you will see spell energy popping up, so energy shouldn't be quite as much of a problem. There will be a reduced time on brewing your healing potions, so they'll be cut in half, so 2 hours down to 1 hour, and then with the master notes they're cut in half again, so you'll be able to brew a healing potion every 15 minutes, which is massive. Also, the healing potion will be worth more, so the healing potion will heal more. It usually heals 30%, now it's going to be healing 50%, or at least how I'm reading it, it's going to be healing 15%. I don't see it healing 50% more, which would make it 45%, so, close enough to 50%. But it's going to be healing more than it used to. This is the big one for most people. There is going to be a 50% increase in challenge XP if you play with other people. So it is very important to find other people around you. I know if you are a solo person, well, try and find some friend that you can introduce to the game and get them to a chamber. This is a great way to introduce new people to it. If there's just Joe Schmo down the street, try and get one other person who can join you and make this an event, because it is a community day. The more people you have, the more challenge XP you're going to be getting. But on top of that, there will also be an increase. Even if you are playing solo, you will be getting more than you normally would, both in challenge XP and in the family XP. So whatever runestone you use, if you use a dark arts runestone, you'll be getting more dark arts XP out of this, even if you're a solo player. This is another big one. You are going to be able to receive spell energy when you are in a fortress. So if you complete a fortress challenge, you will get spell energy, even in the regular fortresses. So this is something that used to only be in sponsored fortresses. Now sponsored fortresses will get more, but even in regular fortresses, you will be getting some energy on your regular use. So when you are playing, even at a regular fortress, you aren't going to be needing as much energy as you normally do, because you'll be getting it at the end of your challenges. Also, energy will be appearing on the ground. So a lot of times you want to pick a fortress that has other inns around so you can reboost it. That may not be quite as important, especially if you have a large energy capacity. You can come into this and not even have to think about ends, just focus on the chamber going to town, because you will be getting energy in the chamber. This is another big one on here. If you are doing Fortress Chamber 6 or above, in other words, Tower Level 1, on up from there, anything Tower Level 1 or higher, you will be guaranteed to get your family foundable whenever you complete the chamber. It used to be like 50-50 to 75% chance you would get your family foundable if you completed Tower Level 1. Now, if you complete Tower Level 1, you will guarantee get that family foundable. This is incredibly important for people who are trying to fill out their registry. If you're trying to get those bows and those eggs, this is the time you will be guaranteed to get them. And if you do have a sponsored fortress around, make sure you're going to a sponsored fortress. You will be getting even more challenge XP, and you'll be getting more energy as well. So if you have a sponsored fortress, go for it. One of the big pieces of news is that Niantic is actually pushing for smaller sites to get sponsoring things. They've now opened it up so that pretty much anyone with a brick and mortar business can sponsor a Pokestop, and if that all rolls through and everything's working out, they'll soon be rolling that out to Ingress and to Wizards Unite as well. So hopefully we'll be seeing more sponsored locations showing up all around the world as small businesses can then sponsor a fortress, which I think is huge and absolutely dirt cheap. You can get them for like $30 a month. So if you have a local business around you think would be a great place for a fortress, talk to them and see if they'll sponsor a fortress for you. There will also be a free pack so you can get some more energy, as well as 5 level 1 Ministry of Magic runestones. Woohoo! So let's get down here to the task. This is the important thing that everyone's excited about. You're going to have to complete one chamber number 2. So in other words, runes 2, you're going to have to complete that once. You do that, you will get a level 2 Magic Games and Sports runestone. Then you're going to have to come down here, runes level 3. You'll get a level 2 runestone. Then you're going to have to go to runes level 4. You'll get another level 2 runestone. You complete all 3 of those, you'll get 5 scrolls and 25 energy. Another chance you're going to be getting even more energy. So you're really not going to be needing a lot of energy for this. Be prepared to have a lot in your bucket. Now the reason they're doing this is they want to encourage you to bring other people in. New players, bring them along, and this would be a great chance that you can march them up the fortress. So if they are a brand new beginner, you can carry them along, and they can be getting a lot of XP and a lot of experience as they go. So you start at runes level 2, runes level 3, runes level 4, and you're just going to be marching up. Can you guess what the next segment of assignment is going to be? Oh wow, look at that. You're going to have to go up to Tower 1 and then up to Tower 3. And for this, you're going to be getting level 3 runestones. And you're going to be getting more scrolls and more energy. So we're going to continue on down farther. Tower level 5, and then Forest level 2. Ooh, we're getting fun, but we're going to be getting level 4 Oddity runestones and Dark Arts runestones, more spell books, ooh, and then more energy. Yeah, I really like this because they're going to be able to get a beginner that's going to be able to come along and march all the way up through these and be into the forest level before you're done. So most strong players can drag up a beginning player and just carry them on their back to get up in here. Then you're going to move on to Forest level 4 and Forest level 5, and you'll be getting some level 5 Dark Arts runestones. Along with that, 100 gold, 3 more spellbooks, and 50 more energy. I am loving this series of plans here. This is phenomenal. I'm really looking forward to this. So if you do have anyone who is new around you or someone who'd be like, hey, I need someone else to play with me, can you come with me for a couple hours and have a little bit of fun? This would be a great way to introduce other people to the game. So what can you do? And you got to be preparing for this now, because right now it is Thursday and it is coming up this Sunday. So you don't have a whole lot of time. You got to be brewing your potions depending upon what you are. If you're an aura, you're probably going to want to brew a lot of healing potions ahead of time because you're going to be using them in the time. If you're a professor, you may be wanting a lot more stimulos, needing to help in with that. I'm planning on brewing quite a few strong invigoration drafts because I'm going to be playing with a few new members who aren't going to be able to give me focus, so I can use that to build up. So think about your normal game plan and figure out what potions you need to be brewing now so you can get those ready. The other big thing to be thinking about is you are going to be getting a lot of family foundables, and this is a huge, huge, huge thing because people are always trying to get those family foundables. They're hard to get and they're not always guaranteed, but they will be guaranteed if you do Tower 1 or higher. So to figure that out, need to go into your registry now and see which ones you are lacking so you know which family runestones to be using. If you are, in 9 3/4 and you're missing a lot of those, then you may want to think about focusing on using your 9 3/4 runestones to make sure you get those foundables. Over on the Hive Mind, quite a few people have been getting together and coming up with a bunch of different ways of doing it. Actually coming over here and getting the infographic by Orange Wizard, and then literally writing on top of it, I need 14 of these, I need 6 of these, I need 0 of these, I need 0, 0, 0. Ooh, wow, I need 13, 12, 13. I might be wanting to use that stone. And then we come down here, 13, 14, 8, 10. Magical Games and Sorts would be a smart one. And this way you can kind of get an eye about what you're needing. If you want to take it a step further, some people have actually been throwing an entire spreadsheet together, and there's a spreadsheet to this on the HiveMind. If you don't know what I'm talking about with the HiveMind, I have a Discord server called the Wizards News HiveMind. It's where I bounce a lot of ideas off, and it's probably the most active Wizards Unite Discord server out there. There's a link to it down below, and they have files to the spreadsheets and other things on there. Definitely worth taking a look at that. So you can actually come in here and break it all down, and how many runestones do you have, and actually plan out, I'm going to use this runestone and then this, and some people are really getting detailed about this. For me, I'm planning on to be focusing on 1 or 2 different families, the ones that I've completed everything else except for I need the Fortress Foundable so that I can prestige that page. This is a great opportunity on it. Don't pass it up. And then all that being said, this is a community day, but I think a lot of people are going to be calling this Red Books Day because the increased amount of challenge XP, all of the bonuses going into this, giving you red books right off the bat. You are going to be getting a lot of red books. I've had several people talking about the possibility of getting somewhere around 40 or 50 red books in this time, which is a phenomenal amount of books, possibly even more than that. So get ready for this. This is going to be a fun time. So I really don't know if you can see my excitement on this, but this is going to be, I think I'm going to have like FanFest, Dragon's Day, and then this community day is the way they're ranking up. I don't know. Maybe it'll be a problem. I don't know. We'll see how this comes up. Speaking of problems, be forewarned. The first few minutes of this, the first 15 minutes or so of it, you're probably going to be running into problems. There's always local server issues when everyone suddenly jumps onto the challenge right at the beginning. So get ready for some lags. Get ready for some slow things. That always happens. Even with the staggered start, you're probably still going to have problems in the first batch. Also, if you are in New Zealand, South Pacific, and those who are doing it first, I'm sorry, you're always the guinea pigs. Maybe they'll change that in the future, but for right now, that's the way it is. So be prepared for that and be listening to what's going on. I will try and put a video out as soon as I hear information about how the first ones are going and what they're running into. If there's any information and things we need to know about that, definitely be on the lookout for that. I will put that out as soon as I get it. And if you want it even sooner than when I put out a video, get on the Wizards News HiveMind. All the information, as soon as it's available, it's on that server. And everyone's talking about it and discussing it and actually breaking it down. It is a fantastic place to be. So all of this today has been brought to you by the new Wizards News swag. Here I'm actually wearing the new Wizards News shirt. I also have available Wizards News pop sockets, and then I ordered 100 of these pins thinking, wow, I would never sell out of 100, and I sold out of all of them in about 12 hours. We've ordered another batch. You can get them on pre-order, but you're probably going to want to jump on that pre-order because they could sell out before they even come in. If that happens, we'll be putting in another order, but just being aware, if you want one of these pins, which are really, really cool, you got to get on that quick. I have a link to all of those down in the description. It's right below us. So lots of things going on, and I am really looking forward to this community day. If you have any questions, thoughts, or ideas, or things that I missed, throw those in the comments. I'd love to read those. But I think that's about it for today. And until next time, have a magical day. Time for another chocolate frog, and this one comes from A Witch Alone, another WooTuber here, and I'll leave a link to her down below. She's very active in the Discord. Let's see what we get in this one. Today it's another Salazar Slytherin. I think that's like the third or fourth one this week. So wow, Salazar Slytherin. Okay, Google Broadcast, get off of the wood floor. I'm recording.